What's up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and we are here today, you guys, with Let's Get Into the Blogs, you guys. Now, before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and then having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, and also by sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about what is hot and what is trending this week. And this is going to be the topics for the week of April 4th. Well, nope. March 30th. Yeah, March 30th through April 4th. We're already in April, you guys. Can you believe it? The year, where's it going? Hopefully it goes by fast, please. And then let the next 3 after that go by even faster. But let's go ahead and get into the topics, you guys, shall we? All right, you guys. So the first thing that we're going to start up with is a rest in peace, actually. So we are going to have to say rest in peace to Val Kilmer, you guys. So Val Kilmer, he passed away earlier this week. And I most know Val Kilmer for playing Batman, but I know he's been in other movies. He was in Top Gun. What else was Val Kilmer in? Like, Val Kilmer, great actor, right? But he passed away. He passed away April 1st, April Fool's. Interesting. Did it say what the cause of death was? Now, I do know at one point they said he had throat cancer. I don't know if that's what it is, but yeah, he passed away. I think he was 65. Yep, he was 65 years old when he passed away. Man, rest in peace to Val Kilmer. Rest in peace. He will definitely be missed. Like I said, I most notably know him. Yeah, that's what it says. This comes to us from NBC News. It says, inside Val Kilmer's 11-year struggle with throat cancer. So, middle finger to cancer, you guys. It says Val Kilmer, the actor known for his roles in Top Gun and Heat, died from pneumonia Tuesday night in Los Angeles after having struggled for years with throat cancer that permanently altered his voice. I was wondering, because I saw that he had throat cancer, so I was wondering if that's why his voice sounded the way it did. Interesting. But yeah, definitely rest in peace to Val Kilmer. And let's go ahead and move on to the next story, you guys. Next story, you guys, we won't spend a whole lot of time this week on politics, just like we did last week. But the only thing that I want to talk about, actually, let's talk about one. I got one story before I get to the main story when it comes to politics. So when you guys are seeing this video, it's April 5th, right? And when it's premiering, it's April 5th. But there is a march that they're planning, right? And it's supposed to be all across the U.S., right? I saw, let's take a look and see. April 5th march. But like I said, it's a march today that you guys are watching this. It's called Hands Off March, right? And this march is about, what is this march about? Oh, you know who. Like I said, they're doing it all across the country. They have different times. I did see that they're doing it here in Dallas. Don't take your asses out there. Well, actually, in Dallas, it's supposed to rain, so please, either way it go. Even if it wasn't raining, don't take y'all asses out there. Stay at home. Find other things that you can do to occupy your time, right? This is not our fight. The 92% and 80% of us, we showed up at the polls and voted for Kamala, not for this. We didn't vote for that. Just putting it out there, we didn't vote for that, right? And the thing that I will say is, leading into the next story, which is about Cory Booker, the interesting, you see everything that's happening since the sweeping tariffs, right? The stock market took a dive, but you still have the likes of Fox News kissing his ass and talking about how good he is and how he's going to bring this back and do this and do that. But again, the stock market took a dive because of his sweeping tariffs. China even put a tariff on, like, I have to remember what that China tariff, I think it's like 34%. I can't, yeah, because of you know who, China retaliated with a 34% tariff on us. So, but I did find it quite interesting that I did see some of the Republicans speaking about the tariffs and how now they want to say the tariffs are bad, that it's going to hurt the American people. Y'all knew that months ago, but for you guys, it was all about getting him back in office, and then it was all about that base owning the libs. Y'all definitely own the libs, all right, but you're hurting yourselves in the process. But congratulations, you guys are idiots. That's really all I got to say. Now, Cory Booker. Shout out to Cory Booker, because Cory Booker this week, he did a filibuster, right? Now, when it comes to the filibuster, I want to get you guys the definition of the filibuster. Let me see if I can find it. So a filibuster is a political procedure in which one or more members of a legislative body prolong debate on proposed legislation so as to delay or entirely prevent a decision, right? So Cory Booker, he did a filibuster. He broke the record of 25 hours. And so his filibuster, it really wasn't about any legislation. It was more so him getting up there and him, you know, talking to the American people to let the American people know what is going on at the hands of you know who, right? Him trying to touch Social Security, him, everything that he's doing. It was just him breaking down what the fuck is going on in our nation currently, right? It says Cory Booker's call to arms. Here's how the record-breaking 25-hour anti-you-know-who Senate speech went down. I commend him because if you guys know, when it comes to filibuster, they can't, like, once they're on that floor and once they do that, they can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. They have to stay there. So if you got to pee, ooh, I know that man had that. Like, God, I couldn't imagine. Well, I think he said he fasted for 3 days before doing this. Jesus Christ. I can't fast, right? But he broke the record because the record was previously held by Strom Thurmond, who was filibustering the Civil Rights Act, which is so interesting that I'm not, you know, it was racist and racism. Very wild, very wild. But congratulations to Cory, because he's a black senator. I applaud that man. For real, I really do applaud him. Then you would see, you know, Chuck Schumer, he asked Cory, you know, you had different people who would ask Cory questions just to give Cory a little bit of a talking break. So they would say, you know, they would say, can I ask a question? He was like, you can ask a question, but I still remain, you know, have control of the Senate floor, basically, right? And, you know, like I said, I applaud him so much because that took a lot to even get up there, stay up there 25 hours to, just like I said, talk to the American people, to let the American people know what is going on in our country. I applaud that. You know, and then you see other people on the other side, like, well, was he filibustering? Like, there was no bill. It's like, you know, I find that other side very hypocritical and interesting, because the things that they want to complain about and talk about, mind you, the things that they're complaining about and talking about, they're complaining about the Democrats and liberals and what we're, you know, out there talking about to other people, when for 4 years you guys bitched, you guys moaned, and you guys cried about Joe Biden being in office, when he was actually doing really, he did, people can call him Sleepy Joe all they want. Like I had told you guys previously, I would prefer a Sleepy Joe. I'd rather Sleepy Joe than this Tasmanian devil that we have in the office who has Elon Musk behind him, cutting people's jobs, firing people for no fucking reason. Like, but again, this is what they voted for. I didn't vote for this, but unfortunately, we have to live through this bullshit. And it really truly is what it is. It really truly is what it is. You guys know that next year, 2026, is the midterm election. Honestly, going into the midterms, I think the Republicans should really be worried, especially because they keep predicting a recession. The thing is, gas prices are high. Cost of groceries is still high as fuck. Like, nothing is gone down. Nothing has gone down. Even with Russia and Ukraine, there is no ceasefire with those two. They're talking. I saw talks about it, but I don't see that it's actually gone through. There's so much stuff with this man that when it comes to the Republicans, I just don't. I think that they are worried. And they should. Here's the thing: they should be worried. And let me tell you why they should be worried. Because here's my thing when it comes to these Republicans. These Republicans are so beholden to that man instead of the people who elected them to go into office to defend them. Bring up the things that they want them to bring up, not, go along with his agenda. But, they have a lot to be worried about. Democrats too, but more so the Republicans. More so the Republicans. This is going to be an interesting and rocky 4 years. I can definitely say that. Am I looking forward to anything with this man? Absolutely not. But we just going to buckle down. We got through it the first time. We'll get through it this time. Hopefully we'll get through it. I was going to say unscathed, but I just don't think that we will. I think that there's going to be so much damage that comes from this administration, and it's going to take a long time to overcome it, but we'll see, you guys. But yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and move on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So the next story. This is just what I will say. This Let's Get Into the Blogs. It probably ain't going to be that long. But the next story, it's not even really a story. It's just something that came across my timeline that I thought, I was like, yeah, we got to address this. Now, I don't live in D.C., so I don't know who all is in D.C. that can sing. Well, we got Candace that can sing. We got, who else is a singer? I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of singers out there in D.C., right? But reality TV star rise. We got Candace. If you want to pick a reality TV star from DC that can sing, you got Candace from Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, I don't know what day it was. I think it was Thursday that I saw this shit, right? So Thursday, I was minding my business, and I just happened to go on Instagram, right? Again, at work, minding my black ass business, and then out of nowhere, I scroll and I hear something that sounds like a dog and a cat that's just being mutilated. Just so I'm hearing that. I'm like, oh, what the fuck is this? It is none other than Ashley motherfucking Darby. So Good Day DC got her down to the studio, and she's singing a little ditty. Well, I guess you would call that singing. I guess you would call that singing. I guess you would call that singing. So She is down a Good Day DC singing a tribute to Roberta Flack. Oh, I know Roberta Flack got to be like, who is this bitch singing my song and sounding like that? Oh my God. What the fuck is that? Oh my God. Mm, mm, When I heard her singing that song, I was like, what in the hell? It was a saxophonist behind her that had me. That man was looking like, the hell is this? Again, who? There are, I mean, if y'all want to go with reality TV stars, you could have called Candace. You could have even called, what's her name from Love and Marriage DC, Joy. You could have called so many different people, but y'all called Ashley. That girl was so off key. And then I saw her kids there. She was just a smiling. And then you see the host behind the kids just a looking. I was like, so ain't nobody gonna cut this shit off. Ain't nobody gonna say, cut, cut, cut. Like, nobody's gonna say that. Not a soul. Y'all trifling in the motherfucker. Trifling as hell. Y'all some trifling sons of bitches. Some trifling sons of bitches. Because what the fuck was that? Girl, no. Ashley, don't ever sing it. Don't ever sing a Roberta Flack again. Don't ever sing anybody again. We don't even want to hear none of your songs. We don't want to hear your songs, but okay. Moving on, you guys, to the next story. Now, this is a follow-up story, you guys. Now, you guys remember we previously did talk about Sean Kingston, right? And his mama. Well, this comes to us from, I guess, a news station in Miami. So it says, yep, it's a news station in Miami, CBS 12. It says rapper and singer Sean Kingston and his mother have been convicted in a $1 million fraud scheme. It says the U.S. Department of Justice said on March 28th, a federal judge in Miami convicted Keyshawn Paul Anderson, known as Sean Kingston, and his mother Janice Eleanor Turner on charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and 4 counts of wire fraud. The duo orchestrated a scheme to defraud luxury merchandise vendors of over $1 million in property. It says from April 2023 to March of 24, Anderson contacted victims via a social media platform to purchase high-end merchandise. After negotiating deals, he invited sellers to his upscale homes in Broward County using his celebrity status to gain their trust. Anderson promised social media promotions and mentioned high-profile celebrities as potential referrals, according to court documents. When payment was due, the DOJ said Anderson or Turner sent fake wire receipts as payments for luxury items, including a bulletproof Escalade, watches, and a 232-inch LED TV. What the fuck is a 200? Like, damn, is that like like a movie screen projector? God damn, that is a big ass TV. It says the funds never cleared, leading victims to grow suspicious. Despite numerous attempts to contact Anderson and Turner, the victims told investigators that they were either never paid or only received payment after legal action or law enforcement involvement. The DOJ says sentencing hearings for Anderson and Turner are scheduled for July 11th. They face up to 20 years in prison for each count. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Yikes. 20 years. Bitch, I can't even do 20 days. I can't even do 20 minutes in jail. But 20 years, good luck to you, Sean Kingston and your mama. Good luck to you. Now, like I said previously, I ain't never been a fan of Sean Kingston. I ain't never saw for his music. I've never been a fan of Sean Kingston. I hated that song, Beautiful Girls. I hated it from the minute that I first heard it, and it was just like, yeah, this ain't my cup of tea. He ain't my cup of tea. But good luck to you and your mama. Moving on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys. So I think this is gonna be the last story because I think this is all I got this week. No, let's talk about this next story real quick, and then we'll move on to the last story. So y'all know that woman Yolanda, who unalived Selena, right? Well, she came off of parole recently, and I've been seeing it on the blogs. Been seeing it on the blogs about her coming up for parole. And I was like, if they let that bitch out, it's gonna be a beady bump upside her motherfucking noggin. Because bitch, you could Salinas. Like you took out Salinas. So no ma'am. No ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. But she came, like I said, she came up for parole. I think it was like the end of March. I think it was the end of March. No, yeah, it was like the end of March, middle towards the end of March, right? And because I think she was I think it had. I think at that point it's been 30 years, and that was when she could come up for parole, right? Well, congratulations to her. Parole was denied. So I'm happy about that, right? And it says that she will not be eligible for parole and again until 2030 when she'll be 69 years old. Hopefully then they say no again and let that bitch just rot in that prison. Let that hoe rot. Let her rot. 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 That's all I got, you guys. Now let's move on to the last story of the week. All right, you guys. So the last story is, this is all gonna be Love and Hip Hop talk. Now y'all know I ain't watched Love and Hip Hop since Erica Mena's last season, and I don't know what season. What season was that? I don't remember what season that was. At Erica, what Erica Mena's last season number was. Whatever season it was, y'all know I ain't reviewed it. I ain't watched it since then. So I did not know, but I saw it on the blogs that Carly Red was married again. I said, wow. This grandma go through the niggas, right? Now, I don't watch the show, but I do watch Scotty and his reviews. But other than that, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, so I don't know what's going on Love and Hip Hop. But Carly is married to this guy, baby. I can't pronounce this name. It's spelled Teleau, T. Da Vinci Belton. They ain't even been married a full year, from what I've read. They have not been married a full year, but they're already going through a divorce now. I do remember seeing in the blogs about Carly that I think before they got married, before they got married, while they were engaged. Now, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I do remember at one point Carly and Sierra both got engaged around the same time, because I remember them having an engagement party for the show. Is this the guy that she's engaged? Is this the guy? Let me know in the comment section. Also, when it comes to Carly, again, girl, you go through niggas like it ain't nothing. Like Mo, Life, Jeremiah, that man you were dating season 1 of Love and Hip Hop. Like, girl, you really go through men like that, and you old. Now, I will also say something about Carly, because I saw a throwback pic of Carly, Claudia Jordan, and Mimi a few weeks ago on the block. Carly, you should have never touched your face. You should have never touched your face, because now you got these big ass lips. It's these lips. It's everything. All the fillers in her face. Then her ass. It's like, my God, girl, what the fuck, Carly? Ma'am, no. But Carly, it says here, according to the Shade Room, that she gonna be collecting $18,000 monthly from her current husband. Now I'm looking at her current husband. He look like he young as fuck. He looks young as hell. But also, when it comes to him, I think he's the owner of Now That's TV, right? I'm pretty positive he is the owner of Now That's TV, because I do remember that she was dating that guy from, I think this is him, right? This is him. I'm sorry, but I would never, this is no shade to him or to like Lemmy Plummer. I wouldn't date either one of them if I was a woman. Because the way that y'all exploit people, bullshit. Bullshit. Hell no. But according to court documents, yeah, he'll gonna be paying her $18,000 temporarily. Actually, it says it's $18,537.50 on March 15th and every 15th until the court decides otherwise during a status conference after 60 days. Will you hit a lick on that one, Carly? I'm going to give you that. You hit a whole ass lick. Now, let's move on to the next story, you guys. Actually, this is still, like I said, this is still Love and Hip Hop. So again, I don't watch Love and Hip Hop, so I don't know the particulars of what's going on over there on Love and Hip Hop. But I do know that Bambi has a song out, and she took a shot at Scrappy. She took a shot at Spice and Rashida. Now, again, I don't watch the show, but I know with Spice, I think the reason why. So again, you know, I don't watch the show. I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to repeat that. I don't watch the show, so if I'm getting anything wrong, y'all correct me in the live or in the comments. But I do know that they were supposed to be doing a compilation album this season of Love and Hip Hop. I don't know if that's still coming to fruition. I don't know what the hell is going on with that album. I don't care. I was never buying it. I was never interested in it because who the fuck on that show is rappers? You got Spice, you got Rashida, and you got Spice, Rashida, and you got Scrappy. Those aren't the rappers that I know I'm loving. Well, you got Zayn, because I know Zayn is on there this season. Other than that, who else raps? I know Sierra is on Drew's album, I guess rapping. Bambi, not a good rapper. I ain't never saw for none of Bambi's music, but hey, shimmer on, girlfriend, shimmer on. But Bambi, I know that because I saw it in the blogs previously, that she and Spice were going at it because I guess Spice said on the show that Bambi only has 11 listeners on Spotify or something to that effect. I don't remember, but I know it was something to that effect. I know it was something to that effect about 11 listeners. So she made a clapback at Spice. I don't know what the clapback was because I couldn't listen to that. I didn't listen to that song. I didn't want to listen to that song because, again, I don't think Bambi is that great of a rapper. Well, she ain't a good rapper. Let's just say, let me not say she's not that great of a rapper. She's not a good rapper. She ain't a rapper. Then y'all know she still has issues with Scrappy. Now, ma'am, you in a whole new relationship with somebody else and you are engaged to be married again. Why are you still worried about Scrappy? Why are you still worried about Scrappy? Like, let Scrappy do what the fuck Scrappy gonna do and move on with your life. Yes, y'all share kids together. That should be the end of it. And then you talking about Scrappy, you know that crazy ass Mama Hill's gonna come out with something like, fuck. You know Mama D gonna say something. Which I wish Mama D would just, like, Scrappy is damn near 40. If he ain't 40 yet, he's damn near 40. And his mama still got to fight his battles for him. Like, that's stupid to me. Then she addressed Rashida. I don't know what's going on with Rashida and her on the show this season. Don't really give a damn. Now, I did hear that Rashida and Yandy got into it. Again, don't care. Don't tell me what happened because I really don't care. I'm still shocked that Rashida is still on that fucking show. What is Rashida's storyline this season? Please, somebody tell me. Now, that I do want to know. What the hell is Rashida's fucking storyline? Girl, you are still selling your marriage up the creek, huh? Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So she talked about Scrappy, she talked about Rashida, and she talked about Spice. So then Scrappy came back out and talked about her again, talking about the song wasn't good, how it was produced and all that kind of stuff, the beat and all that kind of shit. Like I said, I didn't listen to it because I don't want to hear Bambi rapping. Nothing personal against her. I don't want to hear her rapping, right? But then Scrappy was talking about she lying about her age. She's saying that Bambi is 44 years old. You saying it as if you ain't damn near 40. I mean, like, again, Scrappy, what are we talking about? Like, Scrappy talking like he in his early 20s, early 30s. Well, late 20s, early 30s. Scrappy, you're almost 40 yourself. If you're not 40, don't you got a baby that you need to worry about? Don't you got a newborn baby that you need to worry about? Because that's what Bambi was saying, that like her baby daddy, he can't, Scrappy is 41 years old. Like, sir, what the fuck you talking about? Okay, she's 3 years older than you, but you're 41. So she's talking about the fact that he got 11 baby mamas, which that's a little bit facetious, but we get the point, right? He got you, he got Erica, he got this threesome girl. He don't even have $11. I think she said he only has $11 in his account, but he says, I got more than $11 because I'm paying you child support. Okay. Okay, Scrappy. What the fuck ever. Whatever floats your boat, whatever rocks your boat, you do it, sir. But yeah. That's it, you guys. Short video. I don't know. Is it shorter than last week's video? Because last week was 30 minutes. Is like under 30 minutes too. Last week was somewhere around the 30-minute mark. But yeah, you guys, that's really all that I got for this week. I ain't got much else to talk about. We were at 34 minutes last week, and we had almost 32 minutes this week. Yeah, the people ain't really doing much for us to talk about. But yeah, you guys, that's all we got. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, please stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And also, you guys, as I said earlier in the video, so April 5th, there is a hands-off march. These people, go on out there. Have fun. You know, slap yourself silly. Do what you got to do. My people, stay your asses inside. Don't go out there. Don't put on, if you go somewhere, go to the store, go to the mall, go to the car wash, go get something to eat, go to the bar. If it's legal to where you are, go to the dispensary, go anywhere but to that fucking march. This, you guys, the 92% and the 80% of us, this ain't our fight. This. And I'm gonna get a little closer for y'all. Hey y'all. So, again, April 5th, the hands off march. Practice hands off. I need to go get a manicure. Practice hands off. Because this ain't our battle. This ain't our battle, y'all. Not our battle. So please, don't take your motherfucking ass out there. Okay? And we're good. We're good. As long as I don't, y'all better not, I'm going to ask next week if anybody went. And if you did, we got a problem. Actually, we really would have a problem. I ain't going to block you or nothing like that, but we would have a problem because it's like, why? Why are we protesting? Because we did our job. Like, again, we did what we were supposed to do. You know what? This is off topic real quick, and then we'll wrap it up. There's this YouTuber that I follow. His name is Reese Waters. And I was watching his video yesterday. I was watching his video, and there was this white woman. I think she's trying to be down with us, but what she said kind of threw me for a loop. Because she's like, black people, this isn't your fight, right? You're right about that, sis. She said, black women, take your rest. You're right about that, sis. Our sisters are going to take their rest. Then she said, black men, get closer to God or something like that. I said, excuse you? Wait a minute now. Ma'am, your people, white women and white men, y'all outnumbered us. Y'all voted for him in droves, not us. We didn't vote for that man. It's a very slim majority of black men and black women that voted for that man. A very slim majority. And the slim majority that voted for him, they have a distinct look to them. That is terrible to say. But they have a distinct look to them, you guys. But yeah, again, do not go to that fucking march, you guys. Please and thank you. That is all I got. So I will see you guys in the next video, you guys. If I didn't say it already, stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And again, do not go to that fucking march.